Hi everyone, and welcome to Wellbeing Live, hosted by the Mental Health Center of Denver and presented by Cigna. Wellbeing Live is a series of short virtual talks, workshops, and classes given by our experts from across the organization on topics to help you support your well-being and the well-being of the people around you. My name is Paul and I work in the development office here at the Mental Health Center in Denver. And today we are very excited to be joined by our Healthy Living team, led by Zaneta Evans. Before we get into our presentation, I'll just remind you that we are accepting questions in the chat box in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And so as our presenters are talking, feel free to submit questions that you have about their topic. And with that, I'll invite Zaneta to kick things off.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Zaneta Evans, and I'm the program manager over the Healthy Living team. Our team is a program that sits within the Child and Family Services of MHCD, and what we do is offer 8 groups on the 8 dimensions of wellness. And those groups can be offered within the community in various settings, such as churches, schools, and or senior housing. I would like to introduce up next, Cassandra.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cassandra Garcia, and I am a group facilitator with the Healthy Living team. So the reality of this is be kind to yourself and give yourself permission to take lots of breaks. And up next is Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica Vogel, and I'm the Health Education Manager at the Mental Health Center of Denver. And the reality is everything you are feeling, every emotion is valid. And up next is Catherine.
Hello, my name is Catherine Frank, and I am a group facilitator on the Healthy Living team. The reality of this is we're all impacted, and it's very challenging. Up next is Bertha Gomez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bertha Gomez. I'm the project coordinator for a New Day Family Resource Center. I will present my words in Spanish and after in English. La realidad de esta pandemia que todos estamos viviendo es que estamos cansados y preocupados, pero debemos seguir luchando e intentando cada día vivir lo mejor posible hasta superar esta crisis. What I said was, the reality of this pandemic is that we are all living it together. We are all tired and worried. But we have to keep fighting and trying to live each day as best as possible until we overcome this crisis. Next one is Zaneta.
Hello again, everyone. The reality of this is we all need help sometimes. Up next is Michelle.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Tijerina, and I am the program coordinator for the Voz y Corazón program. And the reality of this is our bodies still need movement and care. Mercedes, take it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mercedes Lang, and I am a group facilitator as well, and also a mental health therapist. The reality of it all is that although we cannot always control the actual circumstance or situation, we always have the ability to control how we choose to perceive it, receive it, and respond to it. Thank you.
Awesome, ladies. Thank you for those positive messages. I do have some questions that are coming in. So up next, I would like to ask Mercedes. So depression and or anxiety are a normal response to stressful situations, but sometimes you don't know that it is stress. What are some recommendations or ways that you can recognize stress as well as deal with it?
Great question, Zaneta. I like to look at 3 different areas. First of all, self-awareness is just tremendous. I mean, we need to know ourselves. And if we know that something's triggering us and we're responding differently or feeling differently or acting differently, I think that's key, number 1. Number 2 is recognizing the symptoms of either anxiety, depression, anything to that. So if you're isolating more, if you're not sleeping well, if your appetite is changing, etc. And thirdly is just knowing if it's actually disrupting your life. Like, is it disrupting your well-being, your work, as far as what you do for your living, your family? So those are the 3 things I would really keep in mind, and then definitely reach out, whether it's a friend or for professional help. Does that answer your question, Zaneta?
Yes, it does, and thank you so much. So we have another one coming in. Let me see. So Catherine, I'll ask you this question. I hear meditation is a good way to relax and just overall good for your body, but I have never meditated and am unsure what are some good ways as a beginner to get started. What are some resources you can use, or just what are some good practices?
Well, meditation can help you relax and calm down your body. I will warn you that meditation isn't for everyone, but there are a variety of different ways that you can try to practice. One of the best ways for a beginner to get started is just simply putting your hands on your chest and one on your belly and just feel your breath flow through you for about 5 minutes. Another great way is guided meditations. There are a bunch of pre-guided meditations on YouTube, or UCLA has a whole website guided that has all their guided meditations. So that is a few of the ways that you can try as a beginner to start meditating.
Awesome, thank you. Let's see, who would I like to ask this question next? Cassandra, so this is directed specifically to what you said. So this question, you mentioned taking a lot of breaks or giving yourself permission. Can you elaborate more on what you mean by this, and or how this could look for someone who feels like they're taking, let me slow down. Let me see. Can you elaborate more on what you mean by this, and or how this could look for someone who feels like taking breaks is almost impossible?
Yeah, thank you, Zaneta. So first of all, like the first part of my saying was be kind to yourself. So what I find helpful is saying something positive to yourself. So what I say is, you know what, Cassandra, you deserve this break. Hearing that out loud is very, very powerful than just saying it in your head. And so when I say that to myself, I say, Cassandra, you deserve a break. Why don't you go outside, get some fresh air, look at nature? Or I say, Cassandra, you know, you deserve this other break. Go take a walk, kind of just de-stress. For me personally, having to do a lot of work at home and just to break up the monotony of being on the computer so much, I break up my day. I do my exercise routine like around noonish. So I start work like at 8. So right at noon, I have the routine of like doing a 30-minute high intensity workout. And just for that 30 minutes, I have all those endorphins. I feel so much better and I'm able to go back to my work. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that just encouragement. I think I need to do that myself, just take more breaks or give myself permission for those breaks. This next question is about self-care. So Michelle, I'll ask you this question. It says, I always hear the term self-care, but I'm not sure I'm really doing that. What are ways to know I'm doing a good job at taking care of myself?
Thanks, Zaneta. What a great question. And I think it's a question that many of us have asked ourselves. And how are we doing in taking care of ourselves? Really, self-care is the deliberate action or routine that we implement in order to stay healthy. And when we think about healthy, it's our physical health, our emotional health, and our mental health. These are the areas that we want to take into account when we're thinking about, am I caring well enough for myself? And to Mercedes' point earlier is knowing what are some of the symptoms that let us know we are not taking great care of ourselves. Maybe we're feeling anxious, maybe we're feeling depressed or worried on a regular basis. If we implement some of these routines, for example, going first thing in the morning for a walk with, maybe you have your fur baby with you, and go for a walk and just break up your day with specific routines that address those different elements of our health. Maybe we keep in track and talking to a friend and saying, okay, 2 or 3 times a week, I'm going to have a Zoom meeting, or I'm going to get on Teams with one of my friends so that I can have some social interaction, especially if you're living alone during this pandemic. So a lot of those things are already in our regular lives, if you will, pre-pandemic. We get up, we get ready for work, and these are our normal routines. But now, while we are in seclusion, while we are dealing with this crisis, we really need to be more deliberate about these things. Schedule them in for yourself. And so if you're following a schedule of I'm going for a walk, I'm making sure to have social contact, I'm eating correctly, I'm not eating a lot of junk, I'm paying attention to those cues on, am I eating right now for my health, or because I'm hungry, or is it because I'm bored and maybe I need to find something to get my mind active. So these are just some of the few ways self-care can expand so many different levels of our well-being. And I think it's a great question to ask ourselves, what are we implementing to do exactly that? Thanks, Zaneta.
Awesome, Michelle. Thank you. You really said some good things and really made me think about the emotional eating. It's like sometimes I'll walk past the refrigerator and I just had lunch, but it's like, oh, let me grab a snack. Like really, I'm not even hungry. I'm just doing it. So you made some really valid points. So thank you for that. It does look like we have another question. And I think, Jessica, I will ask you this. Things are overwhelming and I'm not sure what is what. What are some ways or resources I could use to help me maintain?
Great question, Zaneta. Thank you. Things have definitely been very overwhelming. We're navigating kind of what our new normal is. Some of us have experienced the challenge of navigating technology, working from home with parents, or with kids at home, homeschooling. There's been a lot of things that we haven't been prepared for. And by taking a step back and living in that moment, taking things moment by moment, kind of just helps look at it and give you kind of that space to kind of organize what's going on. Being present and allowing yourself the compassion to say, what I can handle today is enough. What I can handle in this moment is enough. And to go back to some of the messages, whatever you're feeling about that is valid. I know that we're moving forward and things are kind of starting to feel like they're opening up, and maybe that we're kind of getting back to some of the life that we were living before the pandemic hit. And we all have feelings about that, and everything that we are feeling about that is okay. And so reaching out to the people that are important to you can help kind of share your thoughts with those people and kind of help calm that sense of overwhelming. Writing things down can be really helpful too, kind of prioritizing what's in that moment. Again, what you need to tackle in that moment. The Mental Health Center of Denver is available for resources. We're here to help, and you can visit our website at mhcd.org. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica. So there's another question. And so anyone, or actually Bertha, I would like for you to answer this question if you don't mind. So the question is, what are you looking forward to most over the next few months?
I think the most important thing now is believe in ourselves, trying to see what is outside, how much we can do first for us and after for others. And with that information, we can support more people if we have the attitude and if we are the opportunity to serve others. So I think for now and on, we need to believe in us, we need to believe in others, and we need to try to be safe and healthy. I think is the most important thing for now. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bertha. As you were talking, like just that community and that sense of connecting or reconnecting with so many, the community, our friends, our peers, just regaining that also with the overall umbrella or attempt to serve others. There are absolutely people that are in need and will continue to be in need and just need that support, whatever that support looks like. So just coming together and being able to offer that. So I really appreciate you saying that. Let me just make sure we don't have any more questions. Nope. So that looks like those are all the questions that came in through the chat box. I will thank you once again, ladies, for responding to the questions and just doing this. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Paul.
Thank you, Zaneta, and thank you for everyone from the Healthy Living team for sharing your insights and your guidance and your expertise with us this morning. I know that I learned a lot around how to take care of myself a little bit more, and I'm looking forward to practicing some of the messages that you shared with us. And thank you all for everyone for joining us this morning, for sharing a little bit of your morning with us. We appreciate you joining us to learn about well-being. Just a reminder to share the series with your friends and your family, and to visit our website. We'll post a link in the chat to sign up for reminders for future events and to see all of our upcoming events as they are finalized. So thank you again to everyone, and we'll see you next time.